What's up, guys? Katie JB Indigo in the building. How you guys doing? How's everybody? I hope we're all too blessed to be stressed. Okay. Okay. Hope we're all shining bright like diamonds out here. Y'all already know. Okay. If your light is a little too bright for somebody's demons, what do we tell them, y'all? Invest in some shades and get the fuck out my face. Okay. Um, let's see. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. What's up to all my OGs? All right. Like I said, what's up, my dogs, my peeps, my creeps that don't mother sleep? What's up? Like, so I posted today already. I picked up on the energy for the reading today. And the reading, well, the energy that I picked up on was that somebody here may be trying to tap into you guys' energy collective, either for the sake of manifestation, right? They want something off of you. They want something from you. They want something from you. They want something off of you. Okay. They want to transfer something from themselves to you. Okay. So, this person could be extremely superficial. All right. Be mindful of people approaching you at this time. Okay, collective. So let's dive into it, see what the message brings out. All right, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys help me get to 1,000 subscribers, right? Everybody loves my homemade oracle deck. Okay, my custom-made oracle deck. And I posted this a while ago. But now, where is my bond, right? If you are my 1,000th subscriber, okay, what I will do for you is I will make you your very own custom homemade deck for free and give it to you, okay? So that way you can say you have an original handmade OG custom Katie JB Indigo oracle deck, okay? And won't nobody else have it. You will never see anybody else with your cards, okay? They will be made for you to suit you, okay? Now, let's get into it, guys, and see what's going on. Father, Mother, Goddess, ancestors, spirit guides, creator of all things, please part the veil so that we may receive clear, concise messages for my collective, all right? We ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please enter the space, protect our space, the energy of our loved ones, their space, and any innocent parties that may show up in this reading, right? We ask that any negative energy, entities, or bad juju be returned to center tenfold by tenfold, because what? We don't play that here, okay? Now, time, energy, and gender are fluid in tarot, okay? If it click, let it stick. If it don't apply, let it fly, all right? Do not come at me in the comment section. You cannot fire at the messenger, okay? But you can take it upstairs, though, because God is always listening, all right? Now, like I said, some of you may be experiencing this lately. Like, you feel like you may be in an energy where you're attracting a lot of people who are very superficial, okay? You're attracting a lot of people who are a ball of what you don't want, right? I'm hearing high maintenance. So somebody may see you that way. Like, you may be attracting people like that because that's how you're coming off. You may be coming off as superficial, high maintenance. You may be putting out this energy, not realizing it. I feel like some of you are trying to exude is like you're trying to display confidence, and it's coming across as arrogance. So you might, um you're actually gaining the attention of narcissists, honestly. And you might want to shift your tune just a little bit. Okay, you might want to adjust your frequency just a bit so that you are not appealing to those kinds of folks, right? You don't want to appeal to those kinds, right? But let's see what's going on here. Let's see what comes out. What I say, confusion. Who is when, what, why, how, who, where. Okay, there can be somebody who has a lot of questions. You could be questioning. I feel like a lot of you are questioning yourself right now because you're confused as to why these people feel comfortable saying anything to you. Like, you're just looking at them like, do I look like I like your type? But it's not. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, collective. Yes, you do. You do. Okay, that's how you coming off. I don't know if it's your outfit, or if it's, how you're speaking to people, or how you speak of yourself, but you're coming off with an air that is not your own. You get what I mean? Like, this could be due to some sort of cloaking magic, like somebody might be trying to cloak you in their energy. But I don't get that sense. I strongly get the sense, honestly, collective, that you're just coming across that way, and I don't get the sense that you intend to. So when you attract people like that, you're just like, okay, I'm confused because I already thought I established with the universe that this is all the things that I don't want. So you're wondering why that's the only people that feel comfortable approaching you right now, and it's because of how you're coming off. Okay, you're coming off as a bit arrogant, a bit narcissistic. Yeah, Leo in the reverse. I shine like the sun. I'm laid back. I run this mother, and that's a fact. Yeah. You could actually be coming off as very like egotistical and insecure. Somebody's seeing this like they're not taking you seriously because they see this as bravado. Okay, like they don't see it as confidence. They don't see it as self-assuredness. They don't see it as you being courageous. They feel like you're trying to come off a certain way because you're trying to cover up your insecurities, or you're trying to cover up your fears. You get what I mean? Or you're trying to, compensate for something, is how they feel. Okay, you're trying to overcompensate for an area where you feel as though you've come up short. Okay. This person may feel like you take on this persona when you're nervous. Like, somebody may mistake this as you being intimidated by them. And I don't get the sense that that's the case, collective. I feel like you're just trying to find, your flow here. I feel like some of you may be trying to find yourselves. Like, you're trying to realign and synchronize your frequencies, and you're trying to step into your energy and stand in it. I feel like right now some of you may be coming out of an ascension, and so you're experiencing a little bit of variance. It might be a little weird, right? You might be a little off center right now, but you feel yourself recalibrating, and you're trying to get comfortable with standing in that energy and standing out. But I feel like with you might be doing things like physically and like outwardly to try to make yourself feel more comfortable in that. But somebody is picking up on where you're not necessarily solid in your position. It's kind of like they're chipping away at the weak point in your armor, right, collective? Like, they see it. Yes, sacral chakra. What did I say? What did I say? Some of you may have a weakness for the opposite gender here, or the same, whatever floats your boat. Okay, whatever floats your boat, keeps your biscuit soggy. All right. Yeah, sacral chakra. Yeah, I feel like some of you are not recognizing that is your weakness. Is you can't help it. You have a weakness for what you're attracted to, okay? Um, you tend to have a weakness for people who tickle your fancy, right? Um, and they do. They distract you from your creative phases. Like in moments where you're supposed to be creating and elevating in life and preparing for the next level, you deal with this. You deal with this onslaught of people that are not necessarily are the embodiment of everything that you don't want, right? And I feel like this is a lesson that God keeps trying to teach you over and over and over again, and you won't take it. The point is to leave these motherfuckers where you found them at, okay? Leave them there. You meet this motherfucker at the mall, leave them there. You meet this motherfucker at a shoe store, leave them there. You meet them in a parking lot at Giant, leave them there, okay? Like, do not, I don't care how cute they are, I don't care. Some of you guys might have a weakness for people that are aesthetically pleasing, like they're highly physically attractive, right? You might have a weakness for the model types, okay? But like, they are very ugly people on the inside. And I feel like some of you make the mistake of expecting better just because they look better, okay? But they may present this in the beginning. They may even talk to you and tell you like, oh yeah, this, I'm all these wonderful things and I can do all these wonderful things for you and I will do all these wonderful things for you. And you know, when I have a partner, I do all these wonderful things for them and I've done all these wonderful things in the past. Like, they playing with you. They're playing with you. And God wants you to recognize when somebody's playing with you. And God wants you to recognize this pattern. They wanted you to recognize this pattern on your own, okay? Because it's a cycle that you need to break. This is that proverbial glass ceiling that you keep hitting. It's an obstacle that you keep setting up for yourself. The second you beat this, you're gonna clear your own path here. But yeah, see, y'all got a habit of getting stuck in these relationships where they burn bright, right? They burn bright, they get stuck in the honeymoon phase, or you get stuck on the honeymoon phase or whatever, not realizing that this person honestly is just, they're probably just karmic, or they're a grudge holder. Okay, this is probably somebody that's karmic from your past life or whatever, or they have something that they're holding on to from their past that made them feel some kind of way, and they might be looking for, you know, and you're thinking that you can love them to death. You're thinking that if you love them hard enough, they will change. No, honey, no. You have a weakness. Some of you guys do have a weakness for narcissists. You do. You think that's where the arrogance comes in. You think that you are strong enough to change them. And it's not about you being strong enough to change them. God wants you to be strong enough to walk away. Okay? Walk away from people like this, because they're depriving you of the energy necessary for you to achieve your goals. All right? That's what they want you to understand. That's what God needs you to understand. Okay? God's telling me to do this reading just a little bit different. So hold up there, guys. We just going to follow what God say. How we going to do this? All right. So I feel like that's why somebody may be confusing your energy here. Okay? Sagittarius. Taurus energy. Okay? So I feel like maybe you might be able to, I feel like you may be a more grounded energy collective. You could be an earth sign. You could be a fire sign. The people that you're attracting could be earth signs, possibly fire signs. This could be a particular person. You could be a Taurus or a Sagittarius. You could have both in your chart, or like highly aspected in your chart. Or this is just a kind of, you know, personality that someone has, or this is what attracts you to a person. When you see that they're very solid in their foundation, you could see someone Okay, here's what I'm picking up on, collective. You could see someone's stubbornness and mistake it because they're physically attractive. You'll sugarcoat it and be like, oh, they're very strong-willed. No, they're fucking stubborn. Like, they're difficult for no reason. You could see someone that's like, they might get the attention or whatever. They might not, they might do certain things, be like, oh yeah, they're very confident, they're not afraid to stand out. No, they're an attention whore. Okay, they're an attention whore. And like, you could be saying like, oh, this person, they have very strong boundaries. No, sweetheart, they're controlling. Okay, like, it's like God wants you to recognize that. Yeah, this is what God wants you to look for. I love to love, but don't pick a fight. Okay, they want good vibes. They want you to find somebody that is not afraid to like go toe to toe with you, but also they can do so in a kind way. Okay? Like, they want you to feel protected. They want you to feel safe. Here lately, you've been engaging with people and partying with people that you can't necessarily trust. Okay? Because that's Scorpion energy. Like, you're trying to find the good or give the benefit of the doubt to people that you know for a fact are going to stab you in the back. Why? Because it's in their nature to do so. Okay? They don't have any do right in them. And it's like God is trying to get you to recognize they don't want you. God doesn't want you to change these people. God doesn't want you to heal them. God doesn't want you to get involved with them at all. They want you to recognize how they stagnate you from your journey. Okay? They stagnate you in your journey. Yep, sneak attack and breakup. Yeah. That's what they're not expecting, collective. So, because like that's what they do. It's like they get you all involved, they get you all in your feelings, and then right when you're at the precipice of reaching a goal and you think everything is about to settle down and be straight, they break up with you out of nowhere. They break up with you and they leave you heartbroken. They leave you hindered, like sitting there wondering to yourself, what happened? What did I do wrong? And I'm going to be honest with you because I heard it loud and clear. You trusted them. That's what you did wrong. You trusted them, knowing that you probably shouldn't have. Okay? You trusted them. You might have a habit. Okay. So you might actually have a habit of like breaking up with people that actually meant well for you. Like people, you may have, I said this in my other reading, you might be deterred by people that are actually kind to you because you feel like if somebody is too nice, then they might have ulterior motives. And really what you don't recognize is that that's a trauma response, okay? It's a trauma response. You got to fix it. You got to change it. Okay? You got to change it. All right. Yeah. Sneak attack and trauma bond. Some of you are discovering that you have a habit of trauma bonding with people. It is. It's a habit that you need to break. I feel like this may have just, like, you may have just had this revelation recently and you're just like, okay. But up until this point, you might not be trauma bonding to other people, but you might not be wanting to recognize that people are trauma bonding with you because they see, like I said, they peep your energy before you even decide to acknowledge theirs, okay? To be honest with you. That's the thing about these kinds of people, right? They are mental and emotional predators. Plain and simple. Okay? So some of them may be textual predators, okay? You got to be careful of that kind of energy in your life. Even if you're not sharing a bed with this person, you're not laying down and exchanging energy and epithelial cells with this person, your skin cells. Like, you might not be trading DNA with this person, but like, they're definitely pulling. These people are definitely pulling on your sacral energy. Okay, so you might be feeling drained of energy to do the things that you would normally do and create the things that you would normally create in life. Okay, you might be lacking a little bit of drive right now. You might be feeling a little bit lethargic. Okay, you might be feeling like, you don't want to do much. You don't want to overexert yourself because you feel it. Okay, you feel that energetic gas tank running on is pushing towards the E. It's going towards the E. All right. And you don't want to do that to yourself. So, just be careful. Be careful out here, collective. All right, let's do some clarifiers. We're going to clarify and see what's going on. All right. What's confusion? The Three of Wands. I feel like, yeah, you might be getting mixed signals. Somebody might be telling you that you give mixed signals here, collective, or you feel like you get mixed signals from other people. I feel like someone here might be telling you soon that you give mixed signals. They might be making you aware of this. And they might be telling you exactly how. It might still be confusing to you. I feel like it might catch you off guard a little bit. Okay. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. Have to check on the baby. Okay. You guys should see him. He's getting so big. He's getting so big so fast. Okay. Let's see. Two of Presents. Yeah, they're saying that you're confusing, collective. They want you to know that you give mixed signals. Somebody might actually be having the decency to tell you this. Like, they might be like, well, you confused me. You might be approaching someone and be like, you're confusing, you don't know what you want. And they're just like, well, I feel like, well, that's because, like, I don't know how to approach you. I don't know what to give you. I don't know what you want. You might be giving mixed signals to the universe, collective. Like, you might be telling the universe that you want a divine counterpart. You want somebody like this. You want somebody that's stable and strong-willed and and intelligent, and they're a doer. Somebody that can with that can hold up a household. Like, you want that divine masculine kind of energy in your life, okay? Or divine feminine energy. But you keep getting into situationships with these pretty toxic motherfuckers, okay? Like, and God is like, okay, when you gonna learn that everything that glitters ain't gold, okay? Just because I had a little fun when I was making their face does not mean that I want you to go over to them and build a life with them. Like, like God wants you to recognize that. Like, sometimes I put people in your life so you can learn from them, not so you can build a whole life with them. Okay? God doesn't want you keep trauma bonding with people. And it's when you have that going on in your life, there's no room for divine energy, be it masculine or feminine, to manifest in your life. It can't survive in that environment. If you bring divine masculine, divine feminine energy into that, it's going to taint their energy. And God doesn't want that, okay? God is not going to open the door for you know, a healthy person to come into your life for you to destroy them, you know, or have you put them in a situation where they become destroyed, especially if it's something that they've already been through. You know, like, you got to be mindful of what you're telling the universe you want, collective. Queen of Candles, strength here. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to come across as, you are very attractive. You're trying to be confident in how you look and things like that. And that's cool, right? You're trying to be confident. You're showing confidence and courage in whatever it is that you do, okay? I feel like you could be... I feel like you could be standing very strong in your energy, okay? And you may feel like people are intimidated by you, and that's not the case. I'm sorry to tell you that's not the case. They're not intimidated. They're not intimidated. It's the fact that, like, they're wondering at this point, like, well, you're saying, it's like the universe is saying, God is saying, like, well, you're asking me for this, but you keep opening the door for this in your life. So what is it that you really want? So at this point, God is kind of feeling like you're afraid of success, because every time they put you down the path, you take one of these toxic things with you, you know? And God is like, what the, like, I'm trying to place you with your divine counterpart, but you don't want to do it. Okay? They feel like you're afraid to have a successful relationship. Okay? All right? Yeah. This may be a tough pill for some of you to swallow. Like, this may be a tough pill for some of you to swallow. Like, you may be upset when this is brought to your attention, but it has to be. God is saying that you might want to humble yourself a little bit, because I feel like your divine counterpart, in order for you to synchronize with your divine counterpart, you're going to humble yourself. You're going to need to humble yourself and slow your roll a little bit, because I feel like your divine counterpart is a very, they're a laid back kind of individual. Like I said, they might be a Taurus or a Sag. Like, honestly, they might like to have fun. They might like to keep things, you know, upbeat and in a good mood and things like that. So you might want to calm down. Okay? Especially around this person. I'm not saying like change yourself to appease them per se, but I'm saying like you might want to let them see the softer side of you. Okay? Only your divine counterpart though. Like, stop letting these chumps, these freaking cake snippers into your life. Okay? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. You keep getting into these relationships, these bums, okay? These bums that are intimidated by you. They're envious of you. They don't have any courage like within themselves. They're cowardly, okay? They're cowards. They're chumps, okay? Chumping, all right? Like, that's what I call my son when he's acting a fool. Okay? They be some chumpinis, bro. Like, right? And like, and it never works in your favor. That's because they're not meant to be. And you know this. You know. You stop it right now, collective. You stop it right. Stop it. You stop it right now. Okay? And yes, I did hit you. Okay, do you not see my shirt? Do you not? Hold on, y'all. Pause for the cause. Okay. Do you? Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna help y'all out real quick. Okay. Check me out though. Check me out. Y'all don't peep game. Okay, y'all don't peep game. Y'all don't peep game. All right, okay. Read my shirt now. Read my shirt. Y'all stop playing. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. You know better. You already know. You already know. Like, you know it's no bueno. Like, you know it's not meant to be when you step into it. Intuitively, you pick up on it. And for some reason, you'll ignore it, collective. Which is why God feels like you're afraid of a successful relationship. Because if you really wanted a successful relationship, then why would you choose someone that you know for a fact is only going to overexert your energy, and you know it's not going to work in your favor in the end? Like, you feel it intuitively the second you meet that person. Excuse me. You're like self-sabotaging by getting involved with these people. And you want to act shocked and appalled, like, I don't understand. No, it's because you know what you mean. Stop it. Okay. 6 of Cups. In the reverse. Over sacral. Yeah, like I said, God wants you to break this repetitive cycle. God doesn't want you to do it again. Okay? God also feels like you might not be you keep having to repeat the lesson because, like, you're not taking the lesson with you. It's like every time you act like this is the first time you've ever dealt with it. Okay, you're being insane right now. Whoever I'm talking to, like, you're being insane right now because you keep doing this expecting one day to have a different result. You keep getting involved with the same type of people, expecting to one day get a different result. You keep digging into a bag of charcoal, hoping to one day find a diamond, and you know it's not going to happen. You know it ain't happening. I'm sorry to tell you. You know it's not happening. Like, but you're just like, if I just keep hope alive, if I just keep praying, one day it'll happen. And God is like, I'm trying to give you the diamond. I want you to get your hand out of the bag of coal. Can you do that, please? Like, the diamonds are at the jewelry store, hun. Like, I have to take you over there. But you want to still hang out over here in the grill section. I don't understand why. What's so great about the grill section? Like, yeah, 9 of Presents. See, yeah, you might be the kind of person who thinks maturity is sexy, and it is. Okay, maturity is highly attractive to you, but for some reason you want to go towards these. You might be trying to attract older people, collective. You might have an old soul, I just heard. So first of all, you might be looking in the wrong age bracket. For some of you, you're looking in the wrong age bracket. For others of you, you just keep welcoming the wrong people into your life. Like, it's the same energy over and over and over again. For some reason, you keep wanting to play with it, knowing you're going to catch fire. I don't know why. Yeah, the Emperor card here. Yeah, this is divine intervention. God's got their hands in it. Okay. Yeah, 7 of... and the Page of Cups. I feel like God is trying to teach you how to protect yourself here. God wants you to protect yourself, but for some reason, you just keep going, no, that's not it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. There are some truly beautiful, physically truly beautiful people out here that are the nastiest of souls. They are whole ass demons out here. And that's what God is trying to get you to recognize. Like, you keep making things difficult for yourself because you keep dealing with these people that are emotionally unavailable. Okay? They feel it. Sure, they might feel it. They're not willing to show you. They're not willing to give it to you. Or they're going to make it difficult for you. They make it difficult for you to find your emotional stability out here or maintain yours. Okay? Yeah, what I say? What I say? Look it, collective. Look. I don't be lying to y'all. Look at it. Okay, like, you be getting caught up with these emotionally abusive mobsters. Like, you can't keep doing that. Yeah, the Chariot and King of Swords. God wants you to learn how to read them, okay, accurately and quickly, and move on about your business. Okay? That's what God wants you to do. That's what God wants you to do. God wants you to pay less attention to how they look and more attention to how they look. Yeah, this person really wants you to pay attention. They really want you to pay attention to how they look. Because if you start paying attention to how they think, you are not going to want to be around them. Nobody is. Okay? So God wants you to start paying less attention to how people look and more attention to how they think. Okay? Because that's what's going to be the kicker for you. All right? That's what's going to be the kicker. So let's see. What is the advice for this Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles energy? I'm going to get you guys the advice and I'm going to get you guys on out of here. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like button, yo. Hit that like button. Smash the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that little notification bell. Turn on all so that you're not missing anything, okay? I'm going to try to post more. I'm definitely going to be posting more often because I'm super excited. I have more stuff to bring to you guys. Okay, no. Small party. Any achievements, any goals, any birthdays today that you guys have reached or anything like that? Let's any promotions in the bit. Let's go. Bing, achievement. Okay, back to the reading. Okay, now let's go. Let's see. What's up with this Three of Wands, Two of Pentacles energy? What's the advice for that? What does God have to say about that? Yeah, the Sun card here. Acknowledge it. Okay? Acknowledge it. That's the first thing you got to do is acknowledge it. The first step to fixing an issue is admitting that there is one. Okay? So you got to admit to the fact that, like, first of all, you have to acknowledge that you might be sending the universe or a particular person here mixed signals. All right? You might be a little confusing energetically, your damn self, collective. You have to acknowledge that. All right? That's first off. You have to come to that revelation within yourself and come to terms with it. Yeah, Six of Swords in the reverse. Like I said, you have to acknowledge the fact that you might be self-sabotage. You have some self-sabotory habits here, collective. So instead of getting mad and like blaming other people and things like that, or always get mad at the other person, try very hard to consider how you may be coming across. All right? Okay. Be mindful of, you know, when it's time to move on. Okay? Yeah, Four of Cups reverse. All right. Yeah, you have to acknowledge the fact that you keep accepting this chaotic energy, and that's why it's self-sabotatory. Okay, you have to acknowledge the fact that you are self-sabotaging by sending the universe or people around you that may be interested mixed signals, because you're saying you want this and you're accepting this. You get what I mean? Like it's strange. It's coming across as hella weird, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, but you know, if I didn't love you guys, I would just lie to you like the rest of these bum ass readers. And I'm not doing that, okay? So because I love you, I'm going to tell your ass the truth. And you know what you're going to do, collective? You're going to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you're going to do right by you, okay? And your ancestry and your loved ones, okay? That's what you're going to do, all right? What's the Two of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune reversed? What's the advice for that? Knight of Swords in the reverse, okay? I would say don't engage, okay? I'm hearing, don't argue with these people. Do not. Hold your ground and just lay the boundary. Lay and reinforce the boundary, plain and simple, just like that. Nothing more, nothing less is needed. You don't have to waste your energy going back and forth with these people who are envious and cowardice anyway. Like, don't do it. Just don't waste you're beautiful, because in the upright, this is brain power right here. This is a highly intelligent person. They're making you look dumb out here, collective, and I know that you're not. All right. People may be seeing you as stupid, and you don't realize that. Like, to potential divine masculines, they may be seeing you as weak for this. They may be seeing you as desperate for a relationship. Like, they're like, why are you ignoring that? Like, why it's not making sense to them. Just like it's not making sense to the universe. Like, you got to figure that out. Okay? Yeah, see? Knight of Cups. You might have a habit of like not speaking up when you need to. So like in the beginning stages of the relationship, you may fail to place or reinforce boundaries or heavy boundaries with people, because like you want to come across as you don't want to disturb the honeymoon phase. But the thing is that like if you laying a boundary or reinforcing one disrupts the honeymoon phase, that's not the person for you anyway. Like, if they can't even respect your basic like entry level boundaries, then what happens when you're laying boundaries in a household? What happens when you're laying hard boundaries around, you know, you guys is when you're having happy fun time and you're like, I'm okay with this and I'm not okay with that, right? What happens when you're laying solid boundaries about laying children or religious or spiritual views, or, you know, like, you know, things, boundaries that are set to protect your mental and emotional well-being? Like, if this person can't even respect you saying like, can you use a cup holder in my house when you put things on my table so there's not rings all up and down my table? If they can't even do that, then no, collective, they're not going to respect any other boundary that you have. Somebody here sees you as a victim, okay? They don't, you may be thinking that you're coming across as a survivor, but like you're not. You're coming across as a victim. You smell like fresh meat, okay, to these wolves right now. All right? Yeah. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why they see you as someone like, you know, you just kind of, you hop on and you hop off kind of a situation. You know, that's why they only see you as like a situationship. I feel like that's why the relationship never makes it very, for some of you, here lately, when you've been trying to date, or you get into, like I said, you've been getting into situationships with people, not necessarily relationships. They may call it a relationship, but it's very short-lived, and they don't really put much effort into it. So I feel like that's definitely a situationship. One second, y'all. Hey guys, sorry about that. I should check on my son. I heard the monkey. He loves Curious George, right? He's loved it since he was a little teeny baby. And like when he first came home from the hospital and everything, like so I heard the monkey go and in the background, and I thought that it was him, so I wanted to check, but he's taking a nap right now, so I just wanted to make sure he wasn't up. Because if he wakes up, y'all, I got to go. I love you and everything, but my baby's come first. Like, no disrespect to you, but I gotta go. Like, if he wakes up, but he's sleeping, so I'm here with y'all right now. Okay, I'm trying to finish this up. Okay. So what's the advice for the Six of Cups and the Six of Cups reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Cups reversed, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what's going on. High Priestess in the reverse. See? You are not trusting. You're not following your intuition. Why are you not listening? Why? Got it. Why? 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 You see it, you know. Why are you ignoring it? And see, that's why somebody feels like you're coming to you. They feel like you're desperate because you keep ignoring the blatant signs, the huge red flags with bells and whistles on it. Okay? That thing got a whole alarm system on it. You still like, nope, it's not there. It's not even there. They're so awesome. They're so perfect. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be great. No. Stop being delusional. Stop. Okay? Stop it right now. Stop. No. Bad collective. Stop. Okay? Don't fall for this. Stop falling for this. Okay? Stop falling for this. Ooh. Yeah, see, Five of Pentacles. And that's why you keep ending up ghosted or feeling left out in the cold. It's like, even though you know somewhere, I feel like God has already revealed to you that they have something worthwhile for you in the wings. Like, you somehow, you may have had like a premonition. You know that your divine counterpart is out there and they're waiting for you. And this relationship will certainly withstand the test of time. No matter what you guys go through, it really will. However, you have to get to the point where you can align and synchronize with that person first. And you're not going to get there by ignoring your intuition. You're not going to get there by turning a blind third eye to the situation. Okay? Like, that's why you're going to keep getting ghosted. You're going to keep getting left out in the cold. You're going to keep being the one putting more into the situation than the other person is. And they're going to keep using you and draining you and leaving you hanging. Like, that's, yeah. Like, deplete. They're going to keep depleting your energy, like, until you learn. All right? For some of you who are spiritually gifted, you might be losing your gifts behind this. If you keep, because God is like, you're not using them anyway. What did I give them to you for? Okay? What did I give them to you for? You're more interested in indulging in primitive, primal desires anyway. Like, you're more interested in indulging your primal desires anyway. You're not even interested. Like, you're not even it's not the fact that you might not be interested in elevating spiritually, collective, but you're not really putting in the work. Like, you might be spiritually putting in the work, but you're not recognizing that that takes physical work also. Like, an elevation takes you cleansing that energy and boosting your frequency on all sides, okay? Like, whatever it is, you got to get that out of your life. It's like making sure you thoroughly rinse conditioner or perm out of your hair so you won't be bald headed, all right? But like, you keep letting this perm sit like it's conditioner, child. I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Yeah, King of Wands. It's gonna keep happening until you take control of the situation and you put your foot down and you lay and reinforce that boundary and you stand on it. Okay? On all sides, until you show the universe that you bout your business. You're going to keep having to relearn the same lesson over and over. That God is going to keep sending you back through this same level over. They're going to keep making you face the same boss over and over and over again until you beat it. And right now, the boss is you. Okay? It's you. The Lovers and Ten of Wands, yeah. So right now you might be seeing relationships as burdensome, as something that's tedious, as something that might be a little too heavy for your little heart right now, your little head right now. But that's not the case, okay? God wants you to do your due diligence, okay? To show up the way you need to show up for yourself before they can add in this other person, okay? God wants you to choose you first. They want you to accept and help heal the other side of you that causes you to do this, because it's a trauma bond. You got to figure out what that is. You got to heal that. Okay, so that somebody can then come, that God can then send someone else in to help you carry these burdens, okay, to help you, to share in the responsibilities, to help, uplift you, I want to say, to help to, be with along this journey, because life it's a struggle, okay? Life be life, and I know you just want somebody to hold your hand along the way. God got that person in the wings for you, but there's a lot of work that you got to do on you first, okay? And once you get that out of the way, God got you. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining me thus far. I hope that it resonated. I hope that it helped you. Okay, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, share button, click the notification bell, and turn on all so you're not missing anything. All right, KJ is back in the building, y'all. Okay, let's make it happen, Captain. Again, I will be posting don't forget I have my Mystical Moods self-care line. I make body butters, sugar scrubs, bath teas. I make hair growths. I have a hair growth and repair system that includes hair butter, hair growth oil, shampoos, conditioners, all that kind of stuff that you need to grow long, strong, healthy hair. You can kind of see on my head, right? Well, this, this ain't mine. I paid for it. But up here, I got a nice little fro going on. Feel me? I'm trying to make it to Diana Ross. Okay, Diana Ross fro. It's a go. You know what? I'm trying to get my Badu going. Okay, a Badu fro. It's a go. Okay. For anybody that wants to join in that journey with me, or my products are also cross-culturally friendly. So maybe you just want to repair your hair, girl. Maybe you did over-processed it. Maybe you dyed it a little too much, bleached it a little too much, or something like that, and you want to get it back to its, luscious, luxurious shine. Okay, I got it for you. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.